And good morning. It's Sunday, May 5th. Here's
Indeed.
Fred. Long story short, I was chilling in my bed. It was around 9 o'clock in the morning and I was like, just gonna get some more sleep. And then Fred knocked on my door and said, Magda, you wanna go to the mountain? And I say, hell, why not? Because what else am I gonna do on a Sunday morning? We have some more people there. And some more people here. There. I just flipped the camera to show my beautiful face so we can do it together. We're gonna do some qigong, right?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
And I don't know what else to say because I'm still a bit sleepy. I was planning to get some coffee,
beautiful, Magda.
And I didn't get time for that. Oh, thank you. It's all this new powder, you know.
Yeah, beautiful.
All mascara and everything that I'm wearing. Obviously, loads of makeup. No, just kidding. From here we can see our lovely school. And we're heading up. Fred is being Fred. Forgive my friend, he has some mental issues. So this is our regular path when we go on Thursdays to meditate on the mountain. Sometimes we're a bit lazy and we just stay around here, but everybody likes tippity top of the mountain. And yeah, Fred again. He's pretending he's a local chicken, but I ain't buying it. I know it's you.
Fred.
It's just Fred. Do you know any other animals that you could show?
Chicken and bird, which is the same thing. Nope, that's the only two that I know.
Can you do panda? Are you fluffy? Show me your fluff.
I am very fluffy.
That's bullshit, that's a few hairs. I could take it out with my tweezers in like 5 minutes.
No, you can't.
Yes, I could.
Don't.
Good morning, Bug. What you doing? Where are you heading? He's pretty.
Anyone needs water?
Yeah. You thirsty?
Not so much right now. At least not from this water.
So from here we can see the abandoned buildings that are next to our school. And I think it's pretty visible the level of pollution today. It's almost summer time. It's May 5th, as I said, so you'd expect nice weather and it's pretty warm, but it's polluted. It's very sad. But other than that, the mountain is very green and it's really nice here. We are on the tippity top of the mountain. We're gonna move a bit further to a nice place where we normally meditate. Anything to say?
Yeah, beautiful place.
I think so too.
Bushes, basically.
All the bush. Beautiful legs.
So guys, it's been 3 months almost in Shaolin Qufu Kung Fu school, which is right there behind the bushes. I wanted to do a little summary of my stay here. Key takeaway or key question, did I like it? Would I recommend it? Definitely yes. It's far from perfect, but I would surely come back. What I liked the most is the people that are recording and some others, like these two.
That's me.
And other friends, but no, seriously, I'm not being cheesy. So what's cool is that everybody comes with different knowledge and martial arts background, or none of it, but we share the knowledge between each other. So on the weekends we had Alejandro giving some yoga classes, and we have Silvia with what is he doing?
Jiu-jitsu.
And you as well.
Yeah.
Actually. And I showed some taekwondo kicks. So that was, I think it's cool. cool. And now we have friends all around the world, so we should do some sort of meetup maybe after a year.
That would be cool.
Decide on a place somewhere in the world where we all fly in and spend like
Quebec.
a week.
Too cold.
Too easy for you. The second aspect is the routine. I think that the schedule is built really well. If you do Tai Chi, it's actually 6 hours training, which sounds a lot, but in fact it's not that intense, because Tai Chi is 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, and in all fairness we do our form like maybe twice or 3 times. We practice a few moves that we just learned, and then we just sit and
Drink
hang
some
out,
coffee.
drink coffee. And some classes are more intense than others, because for example forms classes where you learn your form and maybe repeat it a few times, but then you take a rest. People have problems with their knees, or they have some other types of pain, so you don't actually do your form fully every time. Yeah, I would just maybe repeat the steps but not go all the way down to Pubu, which is the slow stance. At least that's how I do it. I know we have more dedicated people, maybe like Antonia, who does it like 100% every time we do it, and they sweat a lot. For me it's like I do it 100% when Shifu, a master, approaches, but then I maybe practice like maybe with 50% of power, 50% of my abilities. But overall the routine is nice because we have jumps and rolls, so it's a bit of gymnastics. We have conditioning, we hit bricks and trees.
Jinnah.
Jinnah, that's applications, so it's more of a self-defense. We do basics, which are important for forms. So I think the routine is good.
What's
And
your favorite class?
what's my favorite class? Probably conditioning, because in that class actually I can fully relax. It's like you don't have to use your brain at all. Stand in front of the tree and just punch it like 400 times. Put on some music. Okay, you can have a conversation with your neighbor in the next tree. But if you want some me time, that's also possible. And I like hitting hard and then getting bruises, and I feel then okay, I conditioned my arms well. I was like I had a big bruise here from Morty. Now it's barely visible, but we were hitting each other really hard, and I don't know, I felt like yeah, I can take it, and it was painful, but it was rewarding. So maybe at the end of my stay, because I have like 5 days left, I'm gonna be able to break a brick. We'll see. I'll try to record that, and if I don't break the brick, then never mind. I'm not gonna post anything. I don't want to post a video when I break my arm instead of the brick.
That would make a great video though.
What about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite part, my favorite class. I really like Jinnah. I love the fact to like apply the techniques we learn in our forms to real life situations, and it's a bit like jiu-jitsu, which I was doing before here. So that's one of my favorite classes. Also, just doing the forms, I really like that. Like for example, the staff form. It was really hard to do the basic flowers, and now I'm able to do a form, and I think it looks nice. So that's really cool.
I think when you do it well, it looks really impressive. When you can do the flower well.
Yeah.
Because if you do it slowly, then it feels like, oh yeah, everybody can do it. And when you do it fast, it looks like the movement is actually different. Although it's the same like movement, the same way that you hold it. But when you do it fast, it seems like you're doing some sort of magic. And it's different.
Like when the masters do their forms, it looks like magic.
I also like power training in the mountain when we run the stairs.
Yeah, that's so cool. When you can improve your time going up the stairs, and like also doing the spider crawls, I improved a lot on that. So
yeah, it sucks while you do it, but then it's really rewarding when you've done it already.
And the power stretching also.
That's a chill class as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Raf?
I have to choose about also painful class. I would say forms.
Forms.
I like the fact that you learn new movements, start to trying to memorize them. Then after you try to do them good and polish them the more you can.
Yeah, I like Polish.
That's a nice pun.
Spoiler ahead, you're a Polish girl. And after you just realize you do it better and better, and you see improvements that boost your confidence to run more, push more. And it's a good way to sweat aloud because you say, I finished one form, hey, once again, you push. That's a good one. So that's the thing I'm most liking.
Interesting. I would actually say that forms were one of my least favorite classes because they're not as intense as I said. I was doing it maybe not 100%.
Because you have a bad master?
No, my master is great. I love my master. That's another aspect that I really loved. Master Wang. He's cool. He's really young, like he's 19 or 20, but he's a cool guy. So I think he has the perfect balance between being strict with us and pushing us, like especially in power training, to do all the repetitions and do the things correctly. He's picky about moves as well in basics. So he was instructing us well to do the straight kicks, because many people try to swing it and use more of like wrong muscles, maybe the back muscles, that you move your back instead of using the hip muscles. So we were actually doing some exercises with the bar. Felt like ballet, but he was really picky about certain basics that I really liked. But it's just I don't like doing the same thing over and over again, so I get bored of that. So
the basics also is one of the class you don't like.
Not really, because in basics we change. Yeah, we do one exercise. Let's say we do kicks,
okay,
and then we do something else. We do, the moves change. Whereas when you do your form for the whole class, you do the same form. And especially when you start a new form, you only know 3 moves. How often can you repeat the same move? You know, how many times? So if you know, okay, if you stay in the school for a long time and you know 5 forms, maybe if you get bored of one, you can review the old form that maybe you forgot. Later it was better for me because I knew the continuous form, I knew staff, and I started learning a new fist form. And when I was getting bored of the few moves that I knew, then I would just take staff and spin and do some flowers. So it was getting like not as boring, but especially when you're new and you have to repeat you learn 3 or 4 moves and you repeat it.
You start also in Mabu and you just do punches. We did that with our master. 50 punches in Mabu, then Gungbu, switch Gungbu, punch.
Yeah, it's gonna.
The first classes are the worst.
So that's why it's probably not my favorite. Although Sanda can be repetitive as well, which is the kickboxing, because we also often do the same things. We do punches, then kicks, and combinations. But this is more of a fitness class. I feel like that I'm working on my stamina. I love the sound of my leg on the pad. It's something that is so rewarding. And when you speak about passions, whatever one of my passions, apart from generally speaking martial arts, is just hitting a pad and hitting it so correctly that it does this smack.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding that's why even if it's repetitive and we do work in pairs for like 15 minutes, maybe the same exercise, I just like the sound.
Good,
but you see, there is a variety, and it's good because some people like one thing and some people like other. And it was good that we have the schedule, we have the lineup, so you have to be on time for the lineup. It feels like then you work on your biological clock, like to wake up at always the same time, have your breakfast. It's so organized. I feel that at home, even if I have a job like 9 to 5 and I should have this routine, but I really don't. Like I come back home and one day I have taekwondo, sometimes I don't, sometimes I watch Netflix. My dinner schedule is different as well. Sometimes I'm hungry, sometimes I'm not. And I think that the body appreciates when it knows when you're gonna eat and how much and so on. So I think the routine is like the classes and the routine are the second.
Always starting the day with Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Also.
Oh yeah, and Tai Chi is 6 in the morning. It was really good choice. I know some people don't do Tai Chi, and so I guess it makes sense because you can sleep longer and you can maybe dedicate more time in the evening to do more weights. If somebody wants to I don't know, do more power training and so on, then of course, because we have limited time in the school and there's so many hours you can train, even if Tai Chi is pretty chill, then for me after dinner I feel like just need some me time and stay in the room. And many people actually after classes they go to the gym and train their forms, right, and just hang out, maybe do something on the mats. But I most of the time I felt that the amount of hours we have during the day, it's just so much that I need to maybe, I don't know, speak
Take
to
a
my
rest.
friends, maybe browse, read news, stay in the room basically. It's just too much. And the masters probably are the third good thing. They're just super passionate about what they're doing, and they're great. So I think.
What are the bad aspects of the school?
Bad aspects? Yeah, there are a few. I don't think they're like deal breakers in a way that I would not come again or something. But big mistake that I made was to come here in February and not maybe March. It was just too cold, and there was, in my opinion, not enough heating. It was actually snowing a few days, and the heating was only on in the evening. And I feel that because of it, I was constantly, maybe some people are more resistant to cold, but it bothers me a lot. So I was going to training constantly thinking, I'm cold, then sweating. It was too cold, then it was too warm. In the room, it was almost like outside, and until in the evening when the heating was on. And thankfully I have a room for my own, so I could sleep actually along the radiator. So I was like, with my whole back, I was touching the radiator to actually be able to sleep. And especially, I think Spaniards have this problem. We had this Spanish couple here. Where they from? Yeah. I mean, whoever is like from very warm countries, I don't think they can bear this temperature here if the heating is not on. And yeah, I expected it to be winter. Come on, I came in February, but I didn't expect the building not to be isolated maybe enough. Second, like another very small thing, but it all accumulates. Breakfast is really small, so we just get every day. We get 2 eggs, a bag of soy powder, which I don't know what they expect us to use for. Because we get 2 eggs, soy powder, this rice bread. I don't know. I never take it anyway, and fruit. So it's either banana or apple, and that's it pretty much. So
need to buy your oatmeal.
Yeah, everybody gets oatmeal in the local shop, and that's where we actually put the soy powder. But if we didn't get the oatmeal, then what are we supposed to use this powder for? So the question is, why don't they provide oatmeal for us? And it's a small breakfast. So even the website say you have 3 meals per day. This is pretty small, and like every day is exactly the same. Apart from the fact that sometimes it's an apple, sometimes it's a banana, and on the weekend there's not even fruit. So I think this could improve. Like they know that everybody eats some oatmeal, so why not give that instead?
Yeah.
Other aspect, well, I think it's just there could be some investments done in the school, but such as mats. Mats are already pretty old, and they have spots where they're almost like touching the ground, and some people get injured during jumps and rolls and takedowns when you fall in this spot, which is very like close to the floor. So the mats should be replaced, but they're still being used. Same with the pads for Sanda. The straps, they open while you do the exercise. So sometimes, I don't know, somebody punches and the things get loose, and so I don't think many of them, they shouldn't be used anymore.
Well, first night I arrived here, the gates were closed, so we had to sleep outside on January 10th or so. It was snowing outside, and we didn't have the clothes to spend the night outside, and Camille had a tent, so we could sleep a bit in a warmer place, and we had a sleeping bag, one sleeping bag, and we ran a bit to get warmer, but we managed to enter the school at 5 a.m. and yeah, it was we were lucky to manage to enter the school at 5 a.m. It was a random dude who opened this up. They installed a doorbell apparently after that. I don't know if it works. There's no toilet paper. That's one thing. So some people arrive here and they don't have toilet paper.
First one is free.
That's not true. I didn't get toilet paper, and I really needed to take shit. And how do you make new friends when you need to take shit? So it's like, you know, it's, hey, I'm Magda, I'm from Poland. By the way, I need to take shit. Can I have some of your toilet paper?
It's a good catchphrase for working the highs.
It is. Indeed.
And soap as well. So there's no soap either.
Yep, no soap, nothing to dry your hands. The showers are a bit broken, but I'm fine with them.
Some lack pressure, like not enough pressure.
Pressure, yeah.
Pressure, yeah.
Yeah, the water pressure is not very good in the showers, but it's fine.
And the funny part is when you reach the perfect temperature, and the other one at your side finishes shower, your temperatures go up from nowhere, just go down. Not that high.
I mean, you mentioned already the toilet paper, soap, showers and so on. These are like small things that are not that expensive, but it just causes so much inconvenience and requires planning. For example, if I go to the class and after class I want to go to the bathroom, which is on the ground floor, and I live on the second floor, that means I have to go to the room, pick up the toilet paper and go downstairs, or go to the boys' bathroom. But overall it's like, I wouldn't mind paying a bit extra so that the school provides these things such as soap or toilet paper, because I know it's an extra cost. It's not a big one, but okay, let's say we pay $20 more or $30 per month more. I would be willing to do that just for the convenience of having it right there and not having to think, oh, I want to go to the bathroom, but I have to go pick up toilet paper or carry it in my bag, which I actually do most of the time. Like that's what I do, carry toilet paper to the classes. And it's like I'm always in my Goku bag, because you need soap, you need paper, and things like that. And in terms of facilities, I mean, it really depends where you come from, because I'm not in a student accommodation anymore. I have some like kind of luxury back home, so here it's a shock, yeah, that you have like basic chair, basic table, that it's pretty old, like, you know, the bed with a mattress that is not really a mattress. It's like it's hard like
wood.
Stone.
Yeah.
I think it's like straw inside and
Maybe.
something like that, or bamboo sticks. So basically there's no mattress as such. It's a mat with some sort of bamboo sticks inside, and you just put like sheets on it. So that's the only soft part. So this was a big shock as well. So if somebody maybe lives in conditions like that, or in a student accommodation, then I guess it's not a big shock. But for me it was. It's something that you have to get used to. And I guess, okay, I didn't expect luxury, but it could be improved, especially knowing that we like soft mattresses like in other parts of the world. And if this school is targeted for international students, I think they should provide mattresses that we like, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for the interview, Magda.
Thank you too. But overall, come to the school. I recommend it. Fuck off! No! Help!
What?